Alright guys, so today I'll be swapping out the fuel pump with a Caster Performance fuel pump. Basically, this kit comes with everything you need to get the fuel pump swapped out. All this really is a Walboro 255 pump with a like an adapter sleeve to help fit into the stock E36 housing. Comes with like a new filter, crimp connects, hose clamps, and a adapter harness. Alright, so unfortunately I do have to drain out this 8-month-old gas I have in here, because I'm not starting with this old gas. So. Okay, while I let that drain responsibly, I am going to work on the fuel pump. Alright, so first I'm just going to pull the pump out from the plastic housing and basically just remove this rubber grommet from the tabs up there. Kind of like how that one's set up right now. Also have one on the back side, so 3 total. It should come out like so. Alright, so now I'm just going to remove the power in negative wire, red's on the left, black's on the right. Those will just pop off with a clip. Since the new pump comes with a new hose and hose clamps and all that, I'm just going to cut it above the flange. That way I'm not going to fight with this clamp, and I'm not going to have to fight with trying to remove it from the nipple right there. Alright, fuel pump's free. Now what I have to do is remove the hose from up here and start on the install. Oh yeah, also this blue piece needs to slide off, which in that case you have to remove this filter and that'll slide right off, transferring that over to the new pump. Alright, so this baby's stuck on there pretty good, and since I'm not going to use this pump, it is basically getting thrown in the trash. All I'm going to do is take some scissors and cut the filter apart so that this will pull off. Alright, so it seems like for install, I'm going to have to remove this hose clamp and then slide this up. Once it gets up to right around there, then I can put the hose clamp back on and yeah, go from there. Alright, so next I'm going to take my little adapter harness, plug that in, and then basically just splice that into the coordinating wires and that. In my case, I don't need this much wire, so I'll probably cut it a little bit short around like right there, and then yeah, splice that in. All right, so I got the wires crimped together, and yeah, it's a little nubby harness now. Kind of a bitch to get that all crimped together, but moving on to actually putting the pump into the housing, and then basically there I just have to connect the hose fitting to that hose fitting. All right, so let me just give you like an overview of what I have going on here. So spliced in the wires, connected the hose on top and bottom, obviously. Once everything was hooked up, I put on this hose clamp to lock the housing to the fuel pump on. And finally, I put the filter on with this little lock ring. What I used to get the lock ring on was like a little Allen bolt, and that fit around the edges of it. So I was able to give it a little bit of pressure, and that pressed it on pretty much, because I tried doing it with my fingernails, it would not go on that way. So grabbed like a little, I think it was like a 5mm Allen head bolt. So find something like that and just use that to push it on. All right, so my car is back from being responsibly drained of bad gas, and now all I have to do is put the new pump back in. Halfway. All right, so since that's probably not enough for one video, this is one day. Later on this week, I am going to respray my side skirts, which I have these prepped right now. This one's pretty much good to go. This one did have a little bit of damage along the edge right there, thus the Bondo. So I'll sand that smooth. I already have a primer and clear coat. All I have to buy is the base coat. And I should be able to shoot these. Hopefully the weather is good enough so I gotta shoot them outside. That'll make my life a lot easier. Otherwise, I'll have to push this turd out and that turd out. All right, guys, so yesterday I got the fuel pump knocked out, and today I'll be moving on to painting the side skirts. So let's get into it. Alright, so this is one of the homies' car. I'm just moving it out of the way since today is actually pretty nice out. I'll be able to paint the side skirts outside, so don't want any overspray on this car, so I had to move it to the other end of my yard. But little Mark IV Jetta. Alright, so before I spray anything, first step is get some prep all and make sure your surfaces are nice and clean. So I got some of the shop rags. Douse it in that. All right, so whenever I work with plastic, I like to use something like this, which is a adhesion promoter. You've probably seen like the Bulldog brand, but it is like a comparable brand. Just spray like 1 to 2 medium coats, and that will help bond the primer to the plastic. Alright, brought the skirts back in, letting that chill for about 15 more minutes. Got the gun cleaned out already, so after that's done drying, I can move on to base coat. I got the first coat of base on, went pretty light with that because that's like the blend coat. Second coat, I'll go pretty kind of heavy on it. And then depending on that, I might do a third coat, but usually you'd get away with just a second coat. So I'm gonna knock out the second coat right now and then I'll report back. All right, so I got full coverage on the second coat. Now I'm letting that sit for a half hour and then I will be able to apply the clear coat. But as you see, all the base is on there good. Metallics are looking proper. So clear coat next. All right, so I got about 3 coats of clear coat on these side skirts, and I think I want to call it there. No need to really go more than that, but here they are. Tad bit of orange peel. I mean, that's going to happen regardless, especially just spraying outside. I don't expect absolutely perfect results off that first go, but overall, for side skirts, I'm going to call that good. If I wanted to, I could wet sand that, perfectly flush that out, but compared to where they were, I think they'll work. All right, so a couple days went past. Last you probably saw was me painting the side skirts. I did get the seals in, so I'll be doing that today. Side skirts will be going back on. All right, so after looking around on the forums and being unpleased about how expensive these seals are, it's about $110 per side skirt. I found another solution, which is a very similar seal. This is $50, and that'll be enough to cover both sides. And the only difference being is the OEM one is like 1/4 of an inch, well 1/8 of an inch, and then this one's a little bit wider, but same design. That sticks on the inside, and then that will be the exposed lip. So for $50, I'll link this in the description. That will save you a lot of money if you don't want to spend like $230, $240 on the OEM seal, which I think is a little ridiculous. Alright guys, so I got the passenger side side skirt on. The trim actually looks pretty good. So, tad bit taller than OEM, but I mean, to the untrained eye, I don't think anybody will ever know. They'll never know. Other than that, I do have to get like a rivet tool, because normally back here it's like 2 plastic rivets. And then for the front, I'll just have like a little screw or something holding that on. But unfortunately, I only got enough clips to do the passenger side today. I thought I ordered enough to do both of them. I think it's like 22 clips, but another $5 eBay order, I'll get the other clips knocked out. And yeah, that'll be done. All right guys, a couple days passed. I'm gonna wrap up this video. I'm editing it right now. got the side skirts knocked out, got the fuel pump knocked out. Also did the valve lashing off camera, just because that's pretty boring and self-explanatory. I mean, if you know how to like gap a spark plug and measure that, it's kind of the same concept, but instead of 6, you're doing 24 in this case. So that's all squared away. Coil packs back on, brand new valve cover, obviously. The harness is all hooked up, that's ready to go, that's grounded. Would do the O2 sensors, but I am gonna have to remove the headers just so I get a weld on V-bands on the bottom, so not messing with that yet. Car will be going back on jack stands in like a week or two. Other than that, next video should be me doing the whole brake system, which I'll reveal then. After that, I mean, I just have fluids to buy, tune, and then build an exhaust for it. So this thing is getting really close and I'm freaking excited. So thanks for watching. Till next time, guys.